on again. Honey, the power went out.
Texas has a unique power grid. And if you remember the freeze of February 2021, like I do, you had some power outages due to all that ice. We normally don't get this much snow, but when we do, the power goes out. Ever since then, we've had a lot of power outages, just for a few minutes at a time, just enough to knock your Wi-Fi out while you're working from home. So here I'm going to show you how to keep your Wi-Fi on during a power outage. Here's a diagram of the setup that we're going to use. At the heart of it, we have this Roy Powell 12 volt, 18-hour lithium battery. This is what's going to give us a long battery life. To keep that battery running, we're going to have this battery charger. This battery charger plugs in the wall and keeps this battery charged at all times. But the router, this is our AT&T Wi-Fi router, this Wi-Fi router needs a constant 12 volts. This will put out varying voltage. That's where this 12 volt regulator comes in. This will take roughly between 8 and 30 volts DC and always output 12 volts. All the connections are pretty simple. Once we plug this in the wall, we take our positive and negative and hook it to the positive and negative of the battery. Then we take the positive and negative from the battery and run it to the positive and negative input of the 12 volt regulator. And then we take the positive and negative output, which is now 12 volts, and run it into the Wi-Fi router. For this particular Wi-Fi router, I had to cut the barrel connector off of the power supply and crimp on some easy connect connectors. Let's go install this setup. Just like you saw in the drawing, here's all the same equipment. Here's the AT&T Wi-Fi router that we're going to keep powering during a power outage. Here's our Roy Powell Life PO4 lithium battery. Here is our battery charger that's plugged into the wall. And there is our voltage regulator, control the voltage. And it's all wired up just how we said. And here's our fuse coming directly off the battery just to prevent any issues. At this point in time, we're not going to power everything else, right? This is a switch I got, and these are two power over Ethernet injectors for two Wi-Fi extenders I have. During a power outage, I don't care about those. This will get most of the house. This is our router power cable. As you can see, we just cut it and crimped some quick connects on the end, and that goes to the two leads to the voltage regulator. Let's see how long this will last. I'm gonna kill the power to the battery charger, right? Because that was simulating a power outage. This router pulls about 13 watts. And this battery, let's see, 230 watt hours. So 230 divided by 13 is about 17 hours, maybe 17 and a half. Of course, there's some inefficiencies with the voltage regulator and inefficiencies with the electronics in general when you convert them like that. So I would hope to see around 17 hours. So unplug it and see what happens. It is 7:55 p.m. Wednesday, August 3rd. Going to disconnect the battery charger from the battery right now. Okay, battery charger is disconnected. I will not hook that back up till it dies. This is powering voltage regulator, and then is powering the router, and you can see it's still on. I've set up my Waze video camera to see when the internet actually stops, right? So on that camera, you can see those three lights. And when those three lights go out, we know that that battery's dead. Check back tomorrow and see where we're at. All right, here it is back the next day. And you can see from the timestamp that it went off at 12:30 p.m. We unplugged the power yesterday at about 8 p.m. and we went to 12:30 today. That is 16 and a half hours. So that is a very, very good result. Plenty of time to last for a power outage. Thanks for watching. Now you know how to keep your Wi-Fi on for about half a day during a power outage. Everything used in this video is linked in the description so you can build your own.